Tell the Pataizers, no, you take that out of his face. No, you get that out of my face.
I get off and I said,
the Kung Fu fights make a mess.
And I end up eating the whole cat.
Hi, we're Project 4732, and welcome to the Big Sur Sessions,
courtesy of Google+. Google+.
Aside from you interviewing me with no pants on,
Yeah.
Probably the one that's always stuck out in my mind thus far is we got stuck in Southern Oregon for about 2.5 hours because we didn't have any extra tubes on us. Jeff peed a tea, popped a tube, and then Zach was out fly fishing without any cell phone service, so we were stuck in this little rinky-dink town, Langlouis, and we were just sitting outside of a farm supply store, B&B Farm Supply, and I've never felt more welcome by strangers, I think, in my entire life. This really sweet lady who looked pretty grizzly, Mom, if you're watching, sorry, that's what she told us to call her. Gave us craisins, homemade craisins, let us try a butt ton of honey from Lee's Bees. This lady pulled up and asked if we wanted to shepherd sheep for the afternoon, which I really regret that we didn't, because that would have been sweet. And then just gave us food and just welcomed us in like we were, sons returning home. And so that really stuck out in my mind, of just feeling welcome by strangers, and that's definitely been a big, a constant surprise for me is places that we stay at, and people that who maybe one of us has a very loose connection with, and then the rest of us have not a clue who the heck they are, and they just take us in under the arm, let us shower, let us use their laundry, feed us, equip us, offer us stuff. I mean, it's really overwhelming at times. So, but definitely, I think favorite place, which was a total surprise, was Langlouis, Oregon. I think Kyle touched on it well. Just like it's something I personally enjoy, playing music. Oftentimes, and it's not because I have low self-esteem or anything, but I don't have an album out. I'm not to me, I'm just myself. I'm just Jesse, and so to be not parading around like, hey, listen to my music. I don't know. I've always been somewhat unsettling of almost shying away from like what could be perceived as self-narcissism. But they've all been great, surprisingly great in totally different ways, and really fun. I think what has been maybe the most uncomfortable part of the trip so far is becoming more and more, accepting more and more the amount of attention that we are sort of getting on this trip, whether it's from Google Plus or hearing of people paying attention back home, or whoever saying that they're following us and reading our blog and thinking of us and praying for us, and it almost put a degree of like of expectation upon another degree of expectation upon ourselves to produce something, like pull a rabbit out of my hat, or I don't know, like put on a show even more of like we're doing so much more, because I don't honestly feel like, I mean, we're just on it. I just feel like we're on an adventure and a trip, and it's with 3 of my best friends, and we're going down to San Diego, and we're doing kind of what is a natural extension of who we are individually and collectively, and so it seems like there's been some outside added pressure that's really only been maybe in my head, and so I guess just getting comfortable with it, even though it's a very small spotlight, still within a network of friends, it's still, usually if I'm going to be in the spotlight, I got to be like, I'm doing a tap dance or something, I don't know, but, so maybe we should dance more, but I don't know.